All right, we live. We live. I had to restart the live because I think I messed something up. But does Ryan Garcia stand a chance against Keyshawn Davis? I also want to talk about the potentiality of Shakur fighting Shaq Foster and how that fight would go. Because I was rewatching Foster and Fulton. I think Keyshawn versus Ryan would be a easy fight for Keyshawn, but still a dangerous fight because Ryan does have the power, and Keyshawn isn't a natural welterweight. Welterweight seems to be the right division for Ryan. Like I don't think he could successfully go up to 154 with his skill level as of right now. Keyshawn's a smaller dude, kind of short, but I think he could penetrate Ryan's offense and protect himself. Ryan, he has holes in his defense, so as he gets in these championship fights with championship level fighters, he begins to break down. One thing about Ryan though is that we know he'll market himself and he'll talk about fights that he's not really pursuing. Like he talked about fighting Shakur. As soon as he beat Mario Barros, he's like, I'm gonna fight Shakur. That went away. He talked about wanting to fight Boots. He didn't pursue that fight. So Ryan will market potential fights knowing that he has no intentions of fighting that person. So we seen him do a face off with Keyshawn Davis. Do I think Ryan will actually get in the ring with Keyshawn Davis? No. If he did, Keyshawn will be the better fighter, but Ryan will still be dangerous in the early rounds. And of course, there's probably going to be VADA testing. If Ryan would have fight Keyshawn, he probably would end up getting stopped. I mean, Jermaine Ortiz never been stopped in his career until he fought Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn also fought a Lemos who came in there 15 pounds overweight and was able to stop him in like what, a round or two. So Keyshawn has that type of power and skill mixed along with aggression. He also has defense, whereas though he'll break somebody like Ryan down, and he may do it in a short amount of time that Tank took to do it. Just because of the style. But he'd also be in danger of getting stopped earlier because he fights in such an aggressive style. Tank, he kind of fought a defensive fight against Ryan, and he was very patient, very methodical in his way of breaking down Ryan. He broke down Ryan with counterpunch, and then once Ryan slowed up, then he finally got on the front foot. But a guy like Keyshawn Davis, he'll start out early with Ryan trading with him, and he may leave himself open. He could get stopped in like the first round or second round, but if he doesn't get stopped by round three, he's probably going to stop Ryan by round six. Remember, Keyshawn fought Lemos. Lemos was a big guy. Keyshawn stopped Jermaine Ortiz, who'd never been stopped ever in his entire career. Said, I just saw your Devin and Ryan video. Another thing to add, Ryan has a good face and Devin doesn't. LOL. No. Yeah. Well, what do you mean a good face? Are you saying Ryan is more attractive to you? What do you mean by that? Mr. Incredible was good, man. Remember, we PG, we on the tube.
Yeah, I'll keep it PG, bro.
So what you got, man? Right now, I was just talking about Keyshawn and how I think that he probably would stop Ryan faster than Tank did because he's a bigger guy. He throws more punches, and he has the same power that Tank has. Plus, when you look at the fact that he stopped Jermaine Ortiz, who never been stopped before, but also in a Lemos fight, he stopped a guy who came in there 15 pounds overweight.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Keyshawn. He's a very underrated body snatcher.
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan's weak to the body and he lacks the ability to defend himself and fight back. He can only do one or the other.
And I don't think Ryan wants to go through a fight where he getting his body broken down. Like he could have kept fighting in a Tank fight. I don't blame him, but like if he gets caught good and he gets hurt, I don't got him pushing through. Like Jermaine Ortiz and a guy like Mario Barros, they got stopped in the 11th and 12th round. They pushed through a lot of pain. I don't got Ryan pushing through pain for all those different rounds, bro. I just don't.
Mentally, I know he'll quit. He just never actually. I've never seen him endure adversity. I mean, they
Well, he
could say
endured
that
adversity. He endured adversity versus
Oscar
old buddy that
Duarte.
dropped him.
Oh, Luke Campbell.
Yeah, Luke Campbell. But it was rumors that that fight could have been rigged. So I don't know.
I don't know. That's not an A fighter to me. Luke Campbell was never in there to win. It was in a 50-50 fight.
Oh, it says Jermaine Ortiz got dropped and hurt by Joseph Adorno. If I said Jermaine Ortiz was never dropped, um, then I was incorrect. But one thing that he never has been is stopped. He was never stopped until he fought Keyshawn Davis. Joseph Adorno is a good fighter. I believe that Adorno fought our boy that's over there in Zufa now, Edwin De Los Santos. Him and Edwin got it on. That was a good fight. But D Game, and thanks for the correction. What was you saying, Mr. Incredible?
Uh, Ryan can't effectively defend himself and transition to the attack. I thought you was talking about the Oscar Duarte fight, where Oscar Duarte was putting a lot of pressure on him, and Ryan has the tendency to
Turn his back.
it's not,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not even really shelling up because he's
Yes,
leaving his
he just turns his back. Really, you can do that, but you're supposed to do that like twice in a fight. Like I seen Floyd do that. I seen Rigondeaux do that. You're supposed to turn your back, let the referee separate y'all, and then get a real game plan together. That can't be a primary defense. That's not even a secondary defense. That's really like a tertiary defense, like something that you do on accident and you just let it happen and then you don't do it again. I saw something saying Jamal Charlo coming back against somebody. Yes, he's coming back against Resendez, but it was supposed to be a tournament with him and Caleb Plant and Resendez and somebody else. I just don't understand why him and Caleb Plant never fought. And him and
Caleb
Resendez is
been
gonna be a
through
tough
enough.
fight because Resendez is a tough guy, but Charlo is just too big and too talented. Really, Charlo at this point should be fighting at 168. He didn't even Charlo didn't even make weight for his last 160-pound fight when he fought against Jose Benavidez. Yeah, the last fight against David Benavidez's brother. Well, no. That was a fight before that. Yeah, the fight before that against David Benavidez's brother, he didn't make weight. Then he fought that one dude, the random dude, and he said he's gonna stump on him. And he did stump on him. He beat the brakes off him. I can't remember the guy's name.
Thomas Lamana.
Yeah, I knew it was something with some L's. But here's the thing, though. It's like he should be fighting that super middleweight, and he should have been. He should be fighting Iglesias. That I think it's Oakley Iglesias. You know what I'm talking about? Only Iglesias, the Cuban who's at
Yeah,
super middleweight right now.
yeah.
He should be fighting guys like that. Like he should be at super middleweight campaigning for belts, or just fighting top level opposition. I don't even know if he can comfortably make 160 anymore.
The fact of the matter is, come on, the guy's 35, and you know his last fight, Thomas Lamana, he didn't fight till like 2 years before that against Jose Benavidez, a journeyman.
Yeah, I mean he underwhelmed in his career. Charlo, the baby Charlo, he accomplished a lot. He just had one bad blemish when he ran from Canelo. But the big Charlo underwhelmed. He was a more talented fighter, but if you're not focused in boxing, you just can't do it at the highest level. Like, and Big Charlo's so naturally talented, he could beat C level and B level dudes without even trying. Like he could leave the bar and still win, but he won't even get in there with top level opposition because I think he doesn't want to get done dirty. Why is Tyson Fury fighting a Neanderthal? Tyson Fury's supposed to be fighting Anthony Joshua this summer.
Yeah, they both
So
washed. They should have fought earlier. I
they
don't
should have
know.
fought years, but it's not Fury's fault. Joshua didn't want to fight nobody until he got knocked out. Not the first
I don't
time
know
he got
why
knocked out
he would have.
against Andy Ruiz, but after Joshua got knocked out by Dubois, now all of a sudden he want to fight everybody, and it's like, bro, you got knocked out by somebody. It would have been better for you to get beat by Fury or Wilder I don't understand Joshua's mentality. It'd have been better for him to lose to a Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury early in his career than getting knocked out by Daniel Dubois.
He definitely
Ray
would have
versus
stand
Osaki,
him.
who you got? Oh, I'm going with Shaq, bro. I mean, Shaq. Shaq is on another level. What's up? Hot Sauce said, "What's up? Um, I could join the live. Who's Hot Sauce? Hot Sauce, are you somebody that been on my live before or like on my channel? Because here's the thing, I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to keep it PG. That's why I only let Mr. Incredible up. Cause I know he's not gonna say nothing crazy. Like he ain't gonna be cursing and stuff. But anyway, Ray Ford, he seemed like he's still trying to find himself as a boxer, bro. Oh, NBA 2K. Oh yeah, you can come up. Did you see the link? I dropped the link. I'll drop it again. Just make sure you don't curse because we on YouTube. But yeah, Shock knows exactly what he's doing. If Shock were to fight Shakur, he would fight him on the front foot. Like he would be the aggressor in that fight. And I got Shock winning that fight.
Average punches thrown in that fight 22.
Yeah, it'd be a boring fight, but since Shock gonna be on the front foot, he probably gonna win. Like if you watch this fight against Fulton, he was trying to initiate the action. So he fights in Shakur's style, but he fights in Shakur's style how Shakur fought against old buddy that Lamar Rose fought. I can't think of his name. What's the old dude?
Jamel Herring.
Yeah, Jamel Herring. He fights in that style, like the aggressive Shakur, the one that we don't really see, the one that don't like the people out of that hole. Yeah, I dropped the link, 2K. But yeah, I think that would be it would be a boring fight, but it's a fight. Well, actually, I don't know. It could be an interesting fight, but Ray Ford and Shock, I gotta go with Shock, bro. Ray Ford, I don't know if you could tell this or not, but like some fighters, they already know exactly what they in the ring, what they come to do. And some fighters, it seems like they're learning, they're still figuring out their style, and they're changing things, they're going with the flow in the middle of the fight. Like you can't really be doing that. You have to know who you are once you get to that top level because everything happening so fast. So you have to know which combinations are your go-to combinations. You have to have your tricks in the bag. You gotta know when you're gonna pull them out. You know, it's high-speed chess. Ray Ford to me is a talented dude, but he's still developing like his own style, his own flavor. That's why after he started training with Shakur, his style looked completely different. Like he's still learning. He's not a finished product. Um, Shot him and Shakur sparred, and he was doing the same stuff he did against Fulton. He said he was doing the Shakur in the sparring. So Shot know exactly what he want to do every time he get in the ring. That leads to faster execution. But yeah, I think that Anthony Joshua could knock out Fury just because of what happened with Ngannou. Fury doesn't do good against big punchers. He did good against Wilder, but Wilder literally has some of the lowest boxing ability ever. Like, this is sad, but Francis Ngannou, after one training camp, displayed more boxing ability in his fight with Tyson Fury than Wilder. And it shouldn't be like that, but it's because Francis Ngannou actually listened to the stuff Mike Tyson was teaching him. That's a damn shame, but it's the truth.
Yeah, we should have got those fights earlier. Those guys were holding up heavyweight for sure. And the heavyweight
It was
is
just no, it was just Joshua, bro. Everybody else was trying to fight. It was just Joshua. He was the
yeah, you're
biggest
right.
name in the division. To this day, he's still the biggest name.
Yeah, don't let the British folks hear that. They gonna be like, "Oh, everybody was ducking Anthony and
Oh yeah,
blase, blase." It was like
please.
Anthony did
They
not
they
want
damn
that,
near
bro.
wanted to fight me when I said that Dubois was gonna beat him. And my reasoning was because Dubois had been fighting real opposition back to back to back, while Joshua was out here fighting Ngannou and then fighting a dude who was his sparring partner for years, just beating the brakes off people. Said,
I,
who would have won, Wilder or Ngannou? I wish we got that fight instead of Fury, way more marketable. No, actually, I believe Ngannou, after what Joshua did to him, he should stay far away from boxing.
yeah,
Like
I think
Joshua
Wilder would have tapped him.
knocked him. The first time Joshua knocked him down, he should have stayed down. But the second time, oh Lord, he shouldn't. He literally Oh my goodness, that was such a pinpoint knockout where the dude Ngannou was hurt and he looked like, he was unalive. Hey,
His,
NBA 2K was good, man.
What's up,
his
KJ?
body fell apart.
Chilling, bro. Remember we on the tube, so keep it clean. No cuss words.
All right.
But yeah, I got back to the Keyshawn and Ryan. Who do you think Ryan gonna fight next? Because we know he's not gonna fight none of the guys that he's blowing smoke at.
I think he gonna fight Devin Haney.
Nah, that fight not gonna happen. The rematch is not gonna happen between them. Haney is in talks to fight and Rolly. And that's gonna be a great fight. Like Rolly is gonna surprise Haney.
Yeah.
Ryan gonna fight a tune-up.
Yeah, it's gonna be some no-name dude. Cause they want him to defend the belt. Like he just got it. So all these fights against this guy and that guy, Oscar not having it, bro. After he went out there and lost to Rolly, Oscar don't trust him in big fights. And he's trying to make as much money as they can off of him.
Trying to keep the lights on.
Yeah, because that's Oscar's cash cow. If I was Oscar, I would literally. Well, Oscar probably not thinking on his level, but if Ryan got forced to train hard every single day, he would be dominant. He's just too gifted to not be dominant. It's just the man. He want to stream and stuff. He want to do different substances. He want to drink and things like that. That holds him back.
I don't think he's mentally tough enough to train.
Yeah.
He'll
It come
give
down
up
to
and
training.
quit.
Come down to mental tough. Like you gotta push yourself when you tired and hurt. And you gotta
That
do it
means
for like 60 days straight.
that would mean that he have to get off the streams. None of that streaming stuff. None of that celebrity being on camera. You gotta be strict with it. Nobody's
Yeah.
supposed to see you. You're supposed to be living in camp.
And
You're
Yeah.
working
supposed
in
to be.
shape.
He's not doing that. He's in love with the attention and the stardom. He don't really want to be great.
Facts. Oh man, that damn tornado. I don't know why them kids outside, boy. They don't listen. Yeah, I heard all type of screaming and rain and shit now. And yeah, people out
Oh,
there, huh?
um, Ryan's supposed to be fighting Brian Norman in July.
So we fighting Brian Norman.
They in talk,
Man, please. Look,
Nah, that's
we
crazy.
in talk. Me and you in talks to fighting. Come on, bro.
bro. But I told you about the boots and
Man,
Xander
listen to
Zayas.
me, bro.
You don't never believe me until the fight happens.
Dog, you never any fight that's big like that is not gonna happen. These dudes ain't fighting, bro. The big fights be happening on accident. Like it's somebody like they thought was gonna be easy. Ryan said on his stream he want to fight Tio. That's a good fight because they
Yeah,
both
that's a
don't
good
understand
fight.
how to defend themselves.
Ryan say on this stream he want to fight Keyshawn. He want to fight Devin. He want to fight Shakur. He just saying that. The
Yeah,
manager and Oscar ain't never gonna let that happen.
Yeah, they not gonna let
he
him
markets
fight.
the fight. He markets his next fight by talking about big names, but then he doesn't fight the big names.
How
If
to keep his
anything, he
bag.
gonna fight that hibachi worker that Brian Norman just knocked out. That's somebody he'll
Yeah,
fight.
he'll fight some leftover. You know what?
Yeah.
Somebody called Cambosos. Cambosos can get another big name, another 6-figure check. Somebody called Cambosos up. Ryan needs somebody he could defend the belt against. He got to stay warm, got to stay hot. He can fight
Oh, come
Cambosos.
on. You
You know
can't
who
be
else he
doing
fight?
that man like that.
He can
That's
fight the
crazy
winner
though.
of Regis and Ben. But the thing is, Oscar can't trust him to win that.
He gonna get knocked out by Conor Ben if he fight him.
If Ryan really like that, don't even fight Ryan. Don't even fight Devin. Don't even. He haven't said nothing about Rolly. We know he too scared to fight Rolly.
Yeah,
Don't fight.
hold on, ain't that crazy? He don't want the rematch.
He hasn't even dared to even utter Rolly's name. It's like, is that even in the cards? You said everybody and their mama's name but Rolly.
Man, Rolly must. Tank said Rolly hit hard as hell.
Ryan don't want that work. So if you don't want to fight a big name, and you just saying it for clout, and you really like that after beating Barrio, fight Karen. Fight Karen.
Chuka John will do him dirty.
Come on, because Karen fought Boots, and it was for
Chuka John would do
24,
Ryan dirty, bro. You
24
trying to set
rounds,
that man
bro.
up. You trying to set that man up, bro. Chuka John got all that experience. He's a dude that box on his toes, no combinations. He hurt Boots too at times. Like, nah, bro. You trying to set Ryan up. Chuka John, he really over there training in Europe.
But if he's really like that, like how all these people say, try somebody without a name but actual skills. Fight somebody if you really like that.
If he was really like that, he'd be calling for the Rolly rematch. Cause I need mine back.
Nah, he's scared, bro. He's
He don't,
scared.
he don't want to fight Rolly.
Rolly must hit hard as hell, yo. Cause Tank said it, and then Ryan don't want the rematch. Like, wow, that boy must hit hard. Where Ryan beat Xander's ass if he went up, no. At 54, the power is different. Like, remember, these dudes coming from lightweight and stuff, and it's not like he's moving up. The more you move up, the more skillful you have to be. And now Xander might be in trouble early, but Xander is a better overall boxer than Ryan. That's not saying much, but he is. It's like it took for Ryan to get his ass beat to start working on, trying to learn how to be a boxer. That's a sad thing. It's like y'all in y'all mid and late 20s, and y'all been boxing since y'all was like 8, and y'all just now learning how to box. Like a Ryan Garcia, that's crazy. I understand it with a Deontay Wilder, but Garcia is supposed to be an expert boxer. So it just shows that he's had bad coaching, or he hasn't been a good listener. He hasn't been a good student throughout his career.
Yeah.
You heard Ryan Barbosa. I don't even know why I'm saying Ryan. Arnold Barbosa, the guy that fought Tio on that one card with Ryan versus Rolly, he's calling out Keyshawn. I was like, boy, if you don't stop, you gonna get stopped. Stop.
You know what though? Keyshawn needs somebody because Keyshawn been calling out everybody, but nobody's been willing to get in the ring with him. So he needs somebody to call him out. Like, he needs to stay active. He called out everybody. Nobody wants to fight that man, bro.
Calling somebody out, and then the paperwork behind the lines happening are two different things.
I don't think nobody want to fight Keyshawn Davis right now. Even Gary Antoine Russell, the way he looked against Karaoke, the way he looked against Karaoke, I don't think he want to fight Keyshawn right now. Like, people think it's not even about heart. I think Gary Antoine Russell would get in the ring with Keyshawn. Like, I don't think he's scared of nobody. But if you're not hot and you coming off a bad performance, they don't know how you're gonna perform. And none of these dudes really been to the mountaintop. Like, yeah, they champions, but who they fight to become champion? Even Keyshawn. Keyshawn just showed that at the highest level, or at least a level below the highest level, he's gonna dominate. He showed that against old boy Jermaine Ortiz. Harioka is not on Jermaine Ortiz level, and Gary Antoine Russell was struggling with him. So you don't want to come right off that performance and jump and fight Keyshawn Davis unless you Mayweather or Ali or Parnell. Like, them dudes can have a poor performance and then go fight a world-class fighter and dominate him. Sanchez. Some dudes, they just fight to their competition. But at 140, I don't think there's nobody that could beat Keyshawn right now.
Are you watching that Conor Ben versus Regis fight?
Yeah, I'm watching that.
Yeah.
You know it's at a catch weight.
It's at like one.
I didn't know. Oh, well, Regis is a 140-pound fighter, so I'm not surprised.
No, the catch weight is 150.
150, right? Oh yeah.
It's for Ben to not be drained, because this man just fought at 160, right? He got used to carrying that weight around, but he's not a 160-pound fighter. He's barely a 154-pound fighter.
I don't know. Conor Ben looks kind of little to me.
Dog, Conor been fighting at 50. He fought at 54 before he fought at 60, I think at least twice. Like he got some weight. He got some weight to him, bro. Maybe it's in his legs. Like he's a muscular dude. Like he got
Like
some weight
to
to him. He's
me,
not a he. The reason they're doing 150 is so he doesn't have to make 147. Like I think he probably outgrew 147 because he kept on going up. He went up to 154, I think at least twice. Then he went all the way up to 160. So he got used to carrying that weight around. And he did the 160 twice because he fought Eubanks twice, right?
yeah.
Yeah, he don't want to have to
Yeah.
go back down to 47. That's why they're doing the catch weight.
Um,
Regis might get punished because it's like he fighting a dude who's a lot bigger than him and who's more spry than him. Like Conor Ben has better footwork than Regis.
yeah, but Regis, he won that check, and I think he actually loves the sport. Too bad
Yeah,
he's
Regis
not
love
like
boxing. He just don't. I don't think he understand boxing. Like
um
the best gift in boxing is the brain. Like to know what you're doing and why it works and how to make other things work. I don't think Regis understands the ins and outs of boxing. And then he got that Taekwondo footwork like Rolly. Like it's a bad mix.
what I mean is like I don't know, like to me, I like if I can never fight at 154. I think that'd be like the bare minimum I could ever do. For real. And that's not even like putting on a lot of weight, like or being muscular or anything. I'd have to drain myself to get to 154. Like my walk around weight is probably like 175. For real.
How
Like,
tall are you?
huh? I'm 5'10".
Yeah, so you probably like a football player.
Yeah, I got like big thighs. I
Yeah,
got
I got a
broad
boy like
shoulders.
that. Like dudes be 5'10", but they walk around 180, and it's like they can't help it.
Like I can't. So like to me when I see him, I'm like he look like kind of short and stocky, but
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like super like he got a lot of muscle on him. He just I don't know where he keeps all the weight at.
I'm gonna let you get this one, then I'm gonna get it.
What's your take on Abdullah Mason versus Keyshawn? I think Noakes was a good test for him. Nah, I don't know about that. I think
No,
Keyshawn,
Noakes was a good guy to get a belt. But remember, Keyshawn already at 140. They're hitting hard at 140, and he just dropped the dude at 140. Stopped the dude at 140. Noakes wasn't throwing precise punches. Like one of the things that a lot of fans don't get is the accuracy and the precision difference. So it's levels to boxing. Most fighters don't know how to throw a precise punch. Personally, it took me 5 years. And when I learned how to throw a precise punch, I broke my hand. Most fighters, like 90% of boxers worldwide, even champions, like Sean Porter was a world champion who never learned how to shift his weight and throw a proper punch. Keyshawn Davis knows how to throw a proper punch. So does Abdullah Mason. But Noakes didn't. Noakes, he was tough and everything, but Jermaine Ortiz, to me, like going off the eye test and skills, he was better than Noakes. And Ortiz actually hurt Davis at different times in the fight. So I will go with Keyshawn. And Keyshawn has better defense. That's going to be the big thing. His defense and his feet are better than Abdullah. Abdullah, for real, all Abdullah needs to do, he need to take up like a dance class. He need to start doing like footwork drills. Like, you know how they have the ladder? Start doing them ladder drills. Like, he has to get his feet faster. He has to just get his feet better because his feet aren't good. And it's not like he has the upper body movement to where he can get away with it like Lamar Roach. If he gets his feet good, it might take him a year. Then yeah, he probably could beat anybody because he has the dimensions, he has the power. That's why I do like Ray Robinson is so dynamic because it's like he Abdullah Mason height or probably taller than Mason. He boosts height. Ray Robinson 6 foot, or 5'11", 74-inch reach, crazy reach, like boots and all that. But then he got feet like Ali, feet like young Manny Pacquiao, just fast feet, fast footwork, and then he's slick on top of that. So when you look at these dudes nowadays, they don't have all of that. They don't have all that. Even Floyd didn't have the power, but he had better defense than Robinson. What's up, KJ? It's been a minute. What's good, Malachi? But yeah, Keyshawn said it best. He said Abdullah already been dropped. You think he's gonna keep taking these? And I agree with Keyshawn. I don't think Abdullah could sustain that type of damage for 12 rounds. And Keyshawn proved in the last fight against Jermaine Ortiz that his power lasts for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
I just wish these dudes were more brash though, because you never know until the fight happens. Just because somebody better don't mean they're gonna win. You still gotta execute. Like Abdullah Mason got to tell power where he could stop somebody when and he's losing the fight, like George Foreman.
Mhm.
Like Abdullah Mason could be losing the fight, tap one of these dudes on the head like Shakur or Keyshawn and just win. And he showed that he can get up off the canvas. So I wish some of these young dudes would be more brash and demand fights. You don't always have to be ready to win. And what does it mean to be ready? How do you know when you're ready? You're not gonna know until you're really in there.
Yeah. Do you think that he needed more experience and he could beat Keyshawn?
There's a thing about that. People say, "Oh, he need more experience." While you're trying to get to a certain experience level, is Keyshawn going to be retiring? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Like they always say, "So and so need more experience. He need more fights." Okay, cool.
Mhm.
While he's getting that experience, don't you think Keyshawn's going to be getting experience as well?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense why they wait so long for these fights. Got to watch Davis versus Ortiz again. I didn't notice Keyshawn hurt. Keyshawn said it himself that Ortiz hurt. How does Teo versus Ryan look, KJ? Great action-packed fight. Both guys have bad defense. Teo's defense is a little bit better than Ryan's. Ryan got them long arms. The way Shakur was catching Teo might get dropped by Ryan. But I got Teo pulling through because of his experience and going the distance against good guys, man.
Yeah, I got T.O. knocking out Ryan Garcia.
Nah, Ryan ain't gonna let himself get knocked out. Ryan got a great chin. It's just that he don't want to fight. Like when it becomes a dog fight, like Oscar De La Hoya will get stopped because Oscar coming to win.
Yeah.
A lot of times you see a dude get stopped and it's a tough fight. It's because he was actually trying to win. It was a fight with the dude named Najee, something Najee Lopez or something.
Mhm.
But it was a fight where everybody's saying that it might be the fight of the year, right?
Yeah.
And the guy's name is Najee, and he fought some dude. He fought Gallegos, the guy that Chris Cole fought, or Cole, whatever his name is, Khalil Cole. Khalil Cole fought Gallegos. Now this Najee dude fought Gallegos, and they was going back and forth. Najee got dropped, got back up, and stopped Gallegos. So sometimes dudes get stopped or they get dropped because they're actually trying to win. The more that you're trying to lane your offense, the more you're allowing yourself to be in danger of getting hit. Ryan never gonna get knocked out because before he do all that, he would just take a knee.
Yeah, Gallegos gave Khalil Cole problems, but Khalil Cole, for being a
He
light
beat Khalil
heavyweight,
Cole.
huh?
He beat Khalil Cole. He didn't give him problems. Then they rematched, and I think they gave, Khalil got the W. He won by decision. But the dude he fought just fought this dude named Najee.
Oh, he knocked out Khalil Cole.
Yeah, he stopped Khalil Cole. But the dude that he
Oh,
fought, Najee fought Gallegos, the dude that beat Khalil Cole, and Najee got dropped at least once. The one dude that said he got dropped twice. Najee got up and stopped Gallegos. And I'm just
yeah,
saying,
in the eighth
in good
round.
fights like that, when dudes are trying to win, you put yourself in position to get hurt. In my last fight, I got hurt in the third round. You know why? Every round I was trying to hurt that dude. And I ain't really get him hurt the way I wanted until the last 20 seconds of the fourth round. But that's what boxing is about. What's good, Jake?
Khalil
Great
Cole,
chin is like egg. Ryan, he said Ryan A like B level chin. I don't know what you mean, Soul Rebel. What
nah,
do you
I
mean by
think,
that? Ryan got a good chin. He don't even be wobble. He get right back up. He don't even be wobble.
yeah, I
He
think
just
he
don't
got a
want to
really
fight. He
good
doesn't want to
chin.
go to war. I think
Yeah, he
Ryan got
do
a
got a
great chin. He
good
just don't want to
chin,
go to
though.
war. Is Ryan versus Norman next? Yeah, right.
Nah, that fight's not happening. Brian Norman gonna knock him out.
I'm hoping we get Shakur versus Keyshawn. I have no clue how that fight will go. Yeah, keep on waiting. Yeah.
Um, yeah, Khalil Cole. Yeah, he's at light heavyweight. He might as well just make himself a gatekeeper already, bro. Make himself not
He
even a
he
gatekeeper.
got the talent. It's just people. These dudes don't get it. Like they get a little check and think that they could just not train. Like dog, you're not gonna be great if you don't train in boxing. Even James Toney would do a million rounds of sparring. Like there's no way around it. Apparently, Charles versus Resendez for the WBO on the Benny Zotto undercard. You like it? It's gonna be a great fight. Resendez always shows up. I will never forget when he had that man lip falling off. The weight bully who finally moved up. I don't know. I'm tired. So I'm these damn names, boy. The dude that fought Laura, the one who was a weight bully at 154, ain't really had no big fights outside of the Laura fight. Not Ramos. Not Ramos. Ramos is a weight bully too. Let me see.
Jared Hurd.
Yeah, Jared Hurd. Exactly. Yeah, so Jared Hurd and Resendez beat the brakes off. Well, he didn't beat the brakes off, but he beat him bad, cut him up bad, and had him, had his lip hanging and stuff. Like cut him up real bad. And Jared Hurd really is a bigger guy than Resendez, but Hurd is used to just being bigger than people and using his size. Resendez is strong as hell. Um, got that Mexican fighter style, and he's a high volume guy. He comes to win. So Charlo about to get, unless Charlo shows crazy power and timing like how he did back in the day, he about to be in a war. There's gonna be a war. I don't know who's gonna win because I don't know. I never know what to expect from the Charlos no more. Either one, I don't know what to expect. But I know Big Charlo is very talented. I know he's gonna be the bigger man. What do you think is next for Tio after the Shakur whooping? It doesn't matter. I mean, Tio tried to act like bro. Tio has. I already say something that I will just say for Patreon. But anyway, Tio is gonna always have opportunities. Let's just say that. So it doesn't matter that he lost to Cambosos. It don't matter that he lost to Shakur. It doesn't matter if he loses to everybody who's at a high level. Like Tio would lose to Shot. Tio would lose to Keyshawn. He can't mess with them dudes because his fault. He never got real coaching. Championship level boxing is like championship level basketball and football. Defense wins championship. You need to be able to defend yourself. As the rounds go by, you get tired. Your reflexes slow down. You have to have fundamental defense, or you're gonna be dudes gonna be hitting you with nice, hard, sharp shots that you could take in the first couple of rounds. But as the rounds go on, them legs start to go. I
I
remember
was up.
Resendez versus Elijah Garcia fight. Great fight. Oh yeah, I remember that fight as well. Ford versus Bud at 154 would have been a classic. Ford. Who Ford who?
I don't even know who that is.
Is he talking about Ray Ford? Ray
I,
Ford fight at 130, right?
yeah, I think.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been no damn classic. Bud would have beat the man. Yeah, it would have been a classic ass whoop. These dudes, people don't understand Bud Crawford, bro. Like T always makes you forget he beat Loma. Facts.
That's his
Facts.
best win. That was always his best win.
And
Everybody
here's
likes
the
to say
thing.
Josh
Here's the
Taylor.
thing.
Josh
Loma is
Taylor.
overrated. Loma is super skilled. So sometimes people get caught up with the skill and they don't pay attention to what's real. Loma is one of the most skilled fighters to ever box. He just is. Like he has all these different skills, but he only fights in pretty much one style. Like that beautiful style he has, it's like Allen Iverson with that crossover. It's beautiful, but once you get to the playoffs, it don't work no more. Once Loma get in there with a man that's bigger than him, he doesn't know how to sit there in that damn pocket and just let it, shoot them shots against a bigger man. That's why he lost to Haney. That's why he lost to Tio. That's why he lost to Orlando Salido. When men get bigger than him, his style is inefficient. He doesn't have no other style. Usyk, if you bigger than Usyk, Usyk don't have to do all that jumping. He could sit there in the pocket with you. So, that's the thing with Loma. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Ray Ford is at 130. Bud Boost, I still want to see that. Bud got more dog. Bud is too big for Boost at this point. Plus, Boost had a chance to fight Bud. He turned it down. He had two chances to fight Bud. If he just stayed in the sanctioning body. Also, before Bud fought Canelo, Bud said they reached out to Boots. Boots don't, man. If
Oh
Boots
yeah,
wanted to fight Names, he would have fought Names, bro.
I wanted to see that. I want to see
Yeah,
Bub versus Boots, but after how he did Canelo, do you think Boots really got a chance?
Bro,
no, he don't got no chance.
Boots was never gonna beat Bud, bro. People is big on Boots because he's athletic. People don't understand boxing. Like Boots, outside of him dodging a punch, like doing the Matrix, when did he show great defense? Like basic fundamental defense. Watch Bud, watch Floyd. You know, even Ali, late Ali. I was watching Ali and Jimmy Young the other day. One of my favorite fights to watch. You need to know how to put them damn paws up and walk a dude down. Like, especially when you get in the championship fights, you get in the trenches. It ain't all about reflexes, bro. He said, not Ray, I mean Hurd. Hurd and Bud at 154 wouldn't have been no classic, bro. Jared Hurd had no business in the ring with Bud Crawford. He would get knocked out in like 8 rounds. And the only reason it would go 8 is because he's a naturally big guy. Jared Hurd, no offense, a lot of heart. I actually think he seems like a cool guy. Um, he seems like a hard worker and everything, but his skill level was always really low. And I think him and his team knew that. That's why they let him stay at 154 as long as they could. When you see dudes trying to kill themselves to stay at a certain weight class, it's because they don't trust their skills to move up. Like Janabak. I think Teal has a lot of skills. He just doesn't know how to utilize, if that makes sense. Teal has offensive skills. He was never taught real boxing. His corner man, his coach, is talking about what happened to your power in the heat of battle. He ain't give him no real instruction. So Teal
What
has been
happened
going
to your
on natural
power,
talent.
bro?
He's been going on natural talent his entire life, not learning no real fundamentals, not learning the importance of defense. If Teal would have grew up studying like a Roberto Duran, he'd be able to get in there with anybody and probably win. He has the athleticism and natural ability, but he doesn't understand boxing. A lot of these dudes, they don't have the understanding. Boots and Loma, similar situation. Nah,
Nah.
nah, nah,
No,
nah.
no, no, no,
Loma
no.
is more talented than Boots. Boots super talented, but Loma is literally one of the most talented fighters. Just because you have all this skill doesn't mean that you're gonna execute it. A lot of people don't get that. Like Peyton Manning is better than Eli, but Eli got them 2 chips because Eli executed when it was time. Not everybody clutched like that. Loma, if you put
Yeah.
somebody big in front of him, he don't know what to do. We don't know what Boots would do in those situations because he hasn't fought nobody. Hurd was butt. Hey, hey. He said Hurd. Hell, I think he meant a 8 round. Hell no. Oh, he said 8th round. Yeah, Bud would stop Hurd in 8 rounds, probably earlier. Bro, do you understand? I don't think y'all understand. Jared Hurd never fought nobody, bro. He fought Arizona Lara, who he was way bigger than. Jared Hurd was supposed to be at 160. Bud has power like he had 160. He would have stopped him. But Jared Hurd never fought nobody. He's supposed to fight one of the Charlo. He didn't fight neither one.
I mean,
You
he
seen Tank
fought
was in a car
Austin
crash?
Trout, but
You seen Tank was in a car crash? No wonder he said he will come back once his knee heals. Yeah, we could talk about that on Patreon, bro. But y'all already know one way in and one way out. You can get in, but you can't get out. So he's gonna have to fight them fights. He's gonna have to serve that time. You see Floyd still fighting.
I think they overrated Jared Hurd because he beat Tony Harrison and Austin Trout, and he stopped both of them like bat to bat, and then he fought Lara.
Bro, the Lara fight, he was struggling in that fight, and he outweighed Lara. It's just Lara didn't know how to fight a dude that big. After that fight, Lara stopped moving. Like that's when Lara started sitting down and just trying to take everybody out. That's why them losses can make you better. But you said he beat Trout, and who else he beat after that?
He beat Tony Harrison. He
Man,
knocked
Tony
him out.
Harrison is the dude. He's somebody that just there. He was there to lose, but make it compare. Like, he was a great opponent because he was gonna make a good fight and get stopped. Like, yeah. And then he looked the part and he talked good trash and all that. But he was never no high level dude, bro.
But he also
Which one
stopped
call it tore
Austin
him up
Trout.
too? The one that got tore up by Bakram. Tim Zoo tore him up too. Yeah, Austin Trout, that's the one Canelo stopped. Like, yeah, T.O. said he's going up to 147. I don't think he beats Ryan or Haney. T.O. could beat Ryan. Rolly could beat T.O., to be honest. Rolly would beat T.O. Maybe Crocker he can beat.
Yeah, I
Herb
think
beat Lar and Harrison. I thought Herb beat Herb beat Lar. I've been saying that. Only reason he beat Lar, he's way bigger than him. It was a close fight. Lar didn't know how to fight a dude that big. At the time, I really thought Herb was going to be special. I still can't believe we didn't get the Charlo fight with him. You thought Jared Herb was going to be special? I ain't, bro. This is not no hate on Jared Herb. Like, I like Jared Herb. He seemed like he was a cool guy. He got a lot of heart. He has a great chin. But the man was literally a 160-pound fighter. Potentially could be fighting at super middleweight. He was huge. Going in there
yeah,
with
he was
men.
like 6
Like,
foot.
he outweighed dudes by 15 to 20 pounds religiously. And he would walk
6
through their
foot was
best shots. No defense. He'd just walk through the shots. And he got a
he was
big ass
6
head and a great chin.
he almost has a 80-inch reach. He has a
Yeah.
78-inch reach.
He said the
He's
fight got stopped
gigantic.
by a cut. I don't know if you're talking about the Lara fight didn't get stopped by a cut. It went to the decision.
Yeah, it was a split decision.
It was a good fight. Like,
Yeah, it
but
was.
that fight, Lara grew from that. If you watch Lara fights after that, he just started stopping dudes, like big dudes, because he learned, like, okay, these dudes gonna come in here big as hell. I know what I got to do. Like, that's how you got to look at boxing. You can't look at it like, well, I'm gonna just be a great boxer. That's how Shakur looking at it. Like, nah, if Shakur didn't have the people backing him, he wouldn't be undefeated because he had to fight anybody. So then you would have to fight at 147. You wouldn't have the option. Oh no, I'm gonna just stay down here. I'm gonna da-da-da. You wouldn't get opportunities to make real money. That's how they do. When you're not linked in, that's how they do you. Okay, you good. You're a good fighter. When you get opportunity, jump your ass up to 160. That's how they do guys. Bud had to go all the way up to super middleweight. He had Canelo in his weight division for years. I mean, not Canelo, Pacquiao in the weight division for years. Could have made $50 million. Nope, can't do that. Said it's special, but a name that was stamped in boxing. Bro, that man's name was stamped in a DMV, bro. Nobody knew Jared Hurd outside of boxing in the regional area, bro. They ain't even know Jared Hurd overseas. Stop playing. I don't know how anybody was talking. I was a dude in my gym, old white dude said, man, I thought Jared Hurd was going to be something. And I'm like, really? But they let me know people don't know what they're watching. Like, just because somebody 20 pounds bigger than somebody and they beating on them don't mean they're good, bro. In fact, it means that they ass. If you got 20 pounds on a man, why are you even in the ring with him? Why won't you just go up to your own weight class unless you know that you don't have the skills to fight somebody your own size? Did you see Arnold Barboza and Kenneth Sims Jr.? No, I didn't. Great performance from Barboza after the Teal loss. Sims Jr. kind of butt, though. Yeah, they said Barboza call out. Who he call out?
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn.
Yeah,
He
Keyshawn.
said, I'm from the UK. I knew him. Yeah, but you a boxing head, though. Stop playing, dog. You know damn well ain't nobody know. Yeah, that's probably why Barboza caught out Keyshawn. He beat up on Mr. Sims. He had that same cut as Odell Beckham. Oh, yeah. That's probably what helped him get some notice, too. He dyeing that hair blonde. Basically, every champ at 147 he called out. Oh, he feeling frisky. Barboza a tough dude, though. And he not scared. So they going to give, and he going to lose. So they going to give him the opportunities. What are your thoughts on Conor Benn and Shakur? I think Conor Benn is garbage butt juice. Ever since he got caught with the Piz, he been trash, and Eubank Jr. is butt. Yeah, Conor Benn and Eubank, yeah, it was, you ever heard the song Booty Butt Cheeks by Thug Nivison? Their whole thing going back and forth. That's how I would describe that. I mean, Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks, they're all right. They like Bronny James of boxing. Like, they only there because their fathers was great. You know what I mean? No offense to none of these dudes. It's great. Your father's supposed to give you an inheritance. So they were able to inherit and to benefit off of what their fathers did. But no, they're not high-level boxers, bro. Shakur would beat the brakes off Conor Benn. But Conor Benn will probably try to fight him at 154. So Shakur would be like, no, I'm not doing that. Matter of fact, Conor Benn would be like, I'll fight you on the one condition. 160 pounds with a real men fight.
Nah, that's crazy.
This bloke doesn't want to fight me.
I told you Shakur wasn't built like that. I'll fight
He doesn't want to fight in Wembley. He's not a real man.
I'll fight you at light heavyweight right now, Shakur.
Come
No
to light
arbitration
heavyweight,
clause.
man. Come to light heavyweight.
That's the only way he'll fight Shakur if he can go in there with 50 pounds on him. Entertaining fighters, but not high level. The fight was only entertaining if you like, look, I like boxing and all. Like, that's a fight that I watch if I don't got nothing to do. Like, oh yeah, Dad, let me go watch these dudes throw these barroom brawl wide shots that I could dodge in my sleep. Let me watch that. But since I actually participate in the sport, I didn't fought open class fighters. Like, I didn't fought people, and I didn't spar with like Lamont Rose and stuff like that. I look down on dudes who be throwing them wide shots like that, bro. And you could throw a wide shot. It's the way that you go about it. Like, sometimes you feeling frisky. I'm not saying, but that can't be your whole game. You know what I mean? Them dudes, they don't even throw sharp punches. Say, nah, they want to do it at 147. Conor Ben ain't getting in there.
He's too big for 147.
Shakur said 147. Conor said no rehydration. Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Shakur, I already said this, and I said it on Patreon. Listen, Shakur is a master at one style. That's why he can't fight dudes that are bigger than him. He would have to get stronger, and he would have to learn how to fight in a more aggressive style, and he would have to learn how to fight. He would have to learn how to walk down bigger guys. Like, that's not him. That was Floyd. That's Bud. That's not Shakur. People got to get over that. Shakur is Puerto Rican. Like, yeah, he looked like a brother. He grew up in Jersey, but he's Puerto Rican. When have you seen Puerto Rican fighters walk dudes down? The last Puerto Rican fighter who was walking dudes down, yeah, Miguel Cotto. That's rare. Most of them, like Benitez and Shakur, and what's the other dude? Benitez, Shakur, Macho Camacho. They boxers and movers. The other guy, Felix Trinidad, he was cheating, so don't even count. So you got Miguel Cotto, and that's it. Puerto Ricans, that's not their style, bro. Their style is a finesse. Like Cubans have a awkward style. Like, it's like a very risk-taking style, but they also have a lot of movement. But when they punch, they go for the gusto. They try to knock you out, and they try early too. They don't wait. Most Cubans, they try to knock you out within the first 2 rounds. Like, they just try to get you up out of there. If they don't get you up out of there, they start boxing. But when they do punch, they trying to hurt you. I remember Eubank Jr. versus Canelo in talks at 168. Yeah, right. Conor would never sell out Wembley again. The story sold the fight. It wasn't no damn story. My dad was great. Your dad was great. Man, please. Shakur said him and
Sold
Conor
out
Ben would do.
Wembley. You'll never sell out Wembley, Shakur. Fight me at
Nah.
160. No arbitration clauses.
Who the hell is this Jay with the tray saying I would never sell out Wembley? Let me tell you something, bloke. My father, he sold out Wembley, and I'm my daddy's son. Let me see. He says, Shakur said Conor Ben would do crazy numbers at Wembley. Yeah, it would. They would appreciate Shakur overseas. Salute to y'all boys. Yo, just curious, brother KJ, what streaming platform you use? This Discord? Nah, bro. This stream yard, bro. It says it too. It says StreamYard. Yeah, exactly. Cotto. Trinidad don't count. He was cheating. Shakur ain't prepared to leave it all in the ring like Floyd and Bud. Yeah, he not. When you leave it all in the ring, you're going to be stuttering. Bud got out clean. Like, Bud had a very special career. He was knocking dudes out. He was usually the better fighter and stuff like that, but he only had like 30-something fights. Floyd fought 50 times, bro. It was a lot more damage. Floyd was fighting harder opposition when he was in his 30s. Bud was fighting dudes who he was 2 times better than because he came in a weak era. Bud was in one of the weakest eras of welterweight. Like, Sean Porter is a champion. Sean Porter wouldn't have been a champion if he came out while Floyd was out. He wouldn't have. Errol Spence probably would have. I don't think Kell Brook would have been a champion. Like, them dudes were dogs. Mosley, Floyd, and Cotto, and Canelo. Like, it was just a lot of just dogs. Then you got Pacquiao out there. A lot of dudes that was champion during Errol Spence era at welterweight, they wouldn't have been champion. I'm Puerto Rican, brother. Chill. And Shakur ain't even a real Puerto Rican. His father is Puerto Rican, so he's Puerto Rican. And Puerto Ricans, the best Puerto Rican fighters aren't walk you down type of guys. They're boxers. They're slick. That's just Shakur, Benitez, Hector Macho Camacho. When Puerto Ricans try to act like they walking dudes down like Edgar Berlanga, we see how that go. Kel Brook used
Yeah,
to
but
jumping up two
Edward
weight classes to fight
Berlanga,
Triple G, ruined his career. No, that was the best thing he ever did. If he would have just fought Errol Spence without fighting Triple G, he wouldn't have had no excuses. That's why people jump up. They jump up to get their excuse. Bud would have got caught in Floyd era. Prime Pac-Man would have been on Royce. Yeah, but and Bud probably wouldn't have been smart enough to do the testing. You're right. He probably would have got sparked. Shakur don't represent Puerto Rico. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm talking about genetics, bro. Don't forget. I'm not forgetting about Tito Trinidad. He was cheating, so it doesn't count. He proves my point even more. Bob Arum would have allowed it. Man, Bob Arum, he would have been rooting for you. He'd have been happy. They said Berlanga ass. That's my point. Puerto Ricans aren't walk you down power punchers. Berlanga, they tried to match him up with people that we never heard of to give him his undefeated record. Every time I turn on boxing, it's some random dudes on Facebook fighting 17-0 versus 15-0. And it's like, everybody undefeated, everybody. Like, damn. Berlanga keeps saying Shiraz had loaded gloves. It's been almost a year now. Bro is such a loser. I don't know. Maybe Shiraz, people do cheat, but that's not why he lost. Bud would have knocked his ass. If Bud fought Manny on Royce, he probably would have lost, bro. Floyd didn't even want to fight the man on Royce. F. Berlanga, Puerto Ricans don't claim him.
damn, do the
He's
Puerto
Puerto
Ricans
Rican, though.
claim anybody? Y'all don't even got any fighters. Y'all don't really got nobody. Y'all might as well
yeah.
play Shakur.
They don't even claim Sabril. If y'all don't
They
have
don't
nobody, y'all
claim
need to take
nobody.
whoever y'all can get.
They don't really
Ron
claim
Player.
nobody.
I said, I can't believe Kermel already got so many haters. That's what happened when you're great. Kermel great. Bro, Kermel could beat Lamont Roach right now. Like, he could. I'm not saying he would, but he could. He has a style to do something like that, and he has the experience. Bro, Shakur is Puerto Rican. Shut up. And what blood he has, okay then. Yeah, but he's talking about who people claim and stuff. You know, he's talking about. The fact is Shakur is Puerto Rican, and that's why he don't fight. He's never going to fight like an American black fighter. So I got over it. I don't even get mad at him for doing what he does. Benitez took a lot more risks than Shakur, but he didn't beat Ray Leonard because he took them risks. So, hey. And he ended up, all messed up. So he got knocked out, though. I like Matias. He got knocked out, though. Well, it's boxing. I remember Matias was feared by everyone, then got knocked out by Don Smith. That's what happened when you could box.
Dalton Smith could have easily got knocked out too.
Yeah. Don Smith got hurt twice and was holding on for dear life. They only claim that boxing, that's why I be training, bro. Boxing not a joke. Like, you there and then you not there, bro. Just like that. They only claim that weak-ass champion Xander. If they claiming Xander over Shakur and all them, then Puerto Rico, one day Xander will have to fight some competition and they're going to get their heart broke. Also lost to Puyo and Leon Paro. He was just overrated, I guess. He's a one-trick pony. Like, if he had a good coach, he'd be dangerous. Like, if he moved his head, oh, my God. They don't teach, like, somebody did a video on it. He said the old school boxers were fundamental. Back in the day, it's like a bunch of fighters had defensive fundamentals. Now, you special if you got it. You special if you know how to defend yourself in boxing nowadays. Back in the day, dudes had offense and defense fundamentals. And it was common. Dudes who was never going to get a shot at championship knew how to box your head off. You don't got that nowadays. They had rhythm, all that. I don't think Shakur Cousin will beat Kermel in the pros. His cousin not developed enough, bro. Kermel got that, he got a grown man body, bro.
I think Camille Moten can walk through him though. Beat him up so bad.
Yeah, like it's Shakur Cousin, like Shakur and them, they going on, they teach finesse. Like that don't always work. Unless you Shakur, that finesse stuff don't always work. You got Inoue or Nakatani, Inoue. Off topic, how did Blueface lose? Miami officials are terrible. No wonder we hardly get fights over there. Yeah, they robbed the boy. They robbed him. And Blueface did that to himself too. All he had to do was keep throwing the 1 and 2 and be in a little bit better shape. And then stop every time he punched, he bending all the way down. Like, dog, you 6'3" or 6'4", like you're a tall dude. Just stay tall, high behind the shoulder. You know what I mean?
I feel like
KJ
that guy won the fight though.
Huh?
I feel like the Taboo, whatever the guy name, I feel like he won the fight because he was doing more. But
he won the optics, but he didn't win the boxing match. KJ, in your recent video, you mentioned that Rolly looks more durable at 147. Is physically a lot stronger at the weight. Do you think Rolly can catch Haney potentially? I don't see it happening. That's a 60-40 fight. Rolly can knock Haney out. Rolly is learning how to take his time because he has Ismael Salas, the Cuban boxing instructor, teaching him actual boxing. Rolly and Ryan are deep in their career. Rolly 30, I think. They just learning how to box. It's sad, but that's what's going on. They're learning how to box just now. And they've been champions, but they didn't know how to. That's unless you know how phony a lot of this opportunities and a lot of this stuff really is, where guys who don't even know how to box have to learn how to box in their 30s and their late 20s. But Rolly is dangerous right now. Like Devin could very well get knocked out, and it won't be on no Royce. Look what he did to Ryan. He countered Ryan and sent Ryan flying across the damn ring. Tank Davis said that man punches hurt, bro. Facts. People used to bob and weave crazy. Go look at Manny. I was studying Manny Pacquiao and Marquez's first fight. Pacquiao move his head constantly, right? But they give other nations like more credit when they do all that stuff. You do that in like a gym as a brother, buddy. Why you keep moving your head? Why you do? Like you have to move your head, bro. You have to continuously move your head off the line. You don't have to jitter with it unless you want to, but you have to always really be moving. Back then, they taught those fundamentals were essential up until like the 2010s. Pretty much Floyd Mayweather roaring boxing like how Stephen Curry roaring basketball. Everybody think they could just stand in front of somebody and do a pull counter or a shoulder roll. And it's like, you don't have them reflexes, boy. You better move your head. You better stay moving your head or you're going to be knocked down and knocked out. Got anyway quite easily after he beats Nakatani. He's going up to 126. I think he smokes all the champs that easily. Hardest one will be Espinoza. Anyway, he wouldn't beat that one kid, Shushu. Anyway, wouldn't do good at 126. Matias was good but limited. Facts. 126 is the last weight class. I agree. Getting older, not sure he should go up to 130. He can't go up to 130. He's going to struggle at 126. He might not go up to 126. Haney and Rolly is basically a done deal. We're just waiting for official confirmation. Yeah. And you know, Rolly not turning down no smoke. Rolly was doing good against
crazy?
Tank. Yeah, it was crazy.
Conor Ben's doing this catch weight with Regis Prograis at like 150. It's like, bro, just go to 154 and fight somebody up there, bro.
He
Fight
can't
Boo.
do it. I told you. Why do guys want to fight? Why do big guys want to fight smaller guys? Because they don't have the skills to fight somebody their own size. It takes skill, bro. It hurt. 154, the power is different. You literally could get knocked out. The higher you go up, the power get more and more crazy.
So what is he gonna do? Just wait it out until everybody leaves or some shit?
They gonna match him up well. Maybe have him get the trilogy with Chris Eubank Jr. You know, stuff like that.
Oh my
bro,
god!
do you know who Chris Eubank? I'm dead serious. Do you know who Chris Eubanks fought like 3 times, bro? That white dude that kept rolling his ankle. I can't think of his name, but it's a reason I can't think of his name. Like, it's not coming into remembrance. He a nobody. They got all these no-name Brits over there that they could sell out stadiums with. And then Conor he's in Zuffa boxing now. He could fight some no-name we never heard of. Just match him up good. He has an entire
Liam Smith.
His father built his fans for him. Yeah, Liam. You said Liam Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liam Smith. Chris Eubanks fought Liam Smith like 3 times. They have these dudes over there. They got C-class fighters over there that get A-class opportunities, and they'll fight them 4 or 5 times to call it a career. They're not gonna match with nobody, bro. Why, bro? Even when their dads was nice, why is it that neither one of their dads ever fought James Toney? They know to stay their ass over that pond, boy. They know they know better, bro. To be honest, this is his first fight as a heavyweight. He weighed 150 before going in jail. He 220 now. He still should have won the fight, bro. Blueface, I wish I could have trained him to win that fight easy. Like, it's not hard to keep your hands up. They need to stop being scared.
I mean, he should stop using that Philly shell too. That's what.
No, the shell good for him because he's tall. It's the fact that he kept bending down and being off balance. That's how he got knocked down. Like trying to bend down and duck like he's a short dude. Like, you're tall as hell, bro, and you're not Salvador Sanchez. Like, you don't practice this to be. In order to be tall and nimble like that, you got to be really in the gym. When you somebody that's not in the gym, you got to know you're not in the gym. So it's like, I'm not about to be trying to act like I got all these abilities I don't got. You tall, you fat, right? You stand tall, you don't move, you fight like Winky Wright. It's conservative. You block a lot of shots. You know what it's like when you block a man's shot, bro, and he out of shape like Chibu, and he big and fat like that, and you blocking his shot, mentally, that dude he'll start quitting like, damn, I ain't know it was going to be like that. Blueface tall as hell. If he would have just brought his guard in and started walking towards Chibu would have quit mentally by the second round. then he could have just beat
That
the brakes on him.
that's exactly what he was doing. He was expending like
All this
unnecessary
energy.
energy,
Yeah, like he's a little dude
dodging
or something. Like
punches
he
and
practiced.
moving too much.
Like, bro, you're
He
not
could have
really
just
on that
popped
level
his
like that.
jab. He could have won the fight just popping his jab the entire
That's what he
night.
was
He
doing
didn't even.
the first round.
Yeah, he should have just did that the entire night. And he was doing good body shots. I like that. He was actually like, using a variety of jabs.
Bro,
I
I
was like,
wish I
all
could
right.
talk to these dudes, bro. But they on the other side of the fence. But like, bro, he could have won that fight. He's a way better boxer than Chibu. That Chibu dude, like my story too. Like these dudes be watching. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Rolly is definitely a dangerous fight for Devin, but I feel like Dev lets his hands go more. I don't. He would potentially stop Rolly late. No, I don't think Rolly's chin is that good. Rolly got knocked out by one dude. Um, he got stopped by Pitbull, but he wasn't knocked out. And Devin don't hit that hard, bro. He just doesn't. Devin hit. He could catch you at a certain moment, but he don't hit hard where he's gonna knock somebody out. Rolly got a good chin. It just ain't. It's not great. Like Ryan's chin better than Rolly's, but Ismail teaching that man defense. He should be all right. Shushu was struggling with Carlos Castro and barely beat a dude named Sagawa. But Shushu bigger than anyway. Anyway, stop him at 5. When that fight come, let's put a little bit of dough on it. Said Smith, they fought twice. If Rolly beats Hada Haney like Ryan, Haney never hearing the end of it. Yeah, people they just want Haney to fail. Shushu won't even beat Angelo Leo. According to Shakur Stevenson, Shushu been starving himself instead of going up in weight. So at 154, you can get knocked out by a jab. The power is different up there. Yeah, that's why I prefer 154. Because the dude and they fight a certain way. Like if you fight, I can't make 147, but the dudes who fight at welterweight are fast. The guys at 154 aren't really fast. Like Charlo is probably one of the fastest dudes there. But they're not coming to be fast. They just coming to land these big shots, right? So if you have good defense, you can make a miss and really hurt them, counter them. Like I like fighting dudes like that, 154, 160, because they be slow and they be just trying to knock you out. Not gonna lie, Conor finesse Zuffa, 15 million. Bro, you really think Conor making 15 million for one fight? You crazy. You really be believing them fudged up numbers? Where are they gonna get 15 million? You think Dana White going out of his bank to give Conor
Nah,
Ben 15 million to fight somebody? Unless it's Conor Ben versus a big name in the real boxing sector, that's a lie. And
Yeah,
we
it's
talk
probably
real
like a
boxing,
four
not
or
streamer
five
boxing.
deal.
Streamer boxing is real boxing. Those streamers make kids want to grow up and box again. Because most people don't know these fighters because these fighters don't fight, they don't talk trash, they don't market. Most of them were raised in a damn lab. So boxing is dying. Streaming is they actually even Jake Paul. I don't even like Jake Paul, but people like him and these streamers, they're keeping the sport alive. So little kids say, "Oh, Blueface is boxing. I want to be a boxer," and they actually join a real gym and actually could develop. But the actual pro fighters they just too boring. I don't think Blueface fight was close at all. It wasn't close. Yeah, that's what I said. I said TB arguably won one, maybe 2 rounds. Facts on that. Blueface tick. He needed gas to make it look like he won to the casuals. That's why his legs stopped moving. Bro, Blueface, he don't understand, bro. When you first off, when it's an event like that, like if I were to do one of them boxing events, you're not really coming there to box. You gotta beat the brakes out of somebody. Like Tibu was missing all them punches, but he was throwing hands. That's what people want to see. They don't really want to see boxing. That's why people call Shakur boring. That's why in my style, I practice letting my hands go because that's the only thing people want to see. They don't really like sure I could box and move and all that, and I do that, but I want to make sure that it's visible that I'm knocking the person's head back and forth. Rolly will kill Ryan and Conor Ben. I agree. Rolly almost got knocked out by a 40-year-old. Bro, at 40 years old, your power is just more deadly than ever. It's just not as fast. So what was the dude named Barroso? Yeah, was it Ismael Barroso? That dude was a dangerous fighter. Y'all crazy. Like y'all don't understand. Boxing is not no game. It's not about somebody's name. Like, oh, this person don't have a name, or this person is a nobody. If that man been training for years, he's dangerous. Like just because they only show us 15 people or 10 people per weight class at a time, those people that have marketing behind them, that don't mean that they really the best. It's 1,200 people in some of these weight classes. 1,400 people in some of these weight classes that you're never going to hear about. If one of them dogs just pop out of nowhere and you make the mistake of signing that contract, you can get knocked out. Look at what just happened to Elijah Pierce. Elijah Pierce is a very good boxer, but he just got his ass knocked out. Somebody that we never heard of. Boxing is not a game. Like, I don't know why people look at it like, oh, Barroso, a 40-year-old man. That's even worse. That means he probably been training for years and years. Do you know Laura and Rigondeaux been on knockout streaks, just knocking out young prospects, and they in their 40s? That's dangerous. The power, the last thing to go. Why do you think Bud start getting them knockouts at welterweight? That grown man strength hit different. I think we need to get rid of middleweight. Hasn't been relevant for years. Temple divisions. No. The reason why sports are failing is because they're trying to do two things at once. That's really what it is. It's not just about who the best. We ain't going to get into it. But that's why it's failing. So it's on them. But 160 don't have to go nowhere. They just have to. Jamal Charlo killed the division by not fighting nobody. Jared Hurd should have jumped up and fought Charlo. Like, that's how you make stuff live. You got to take a risk, bro. Nobody want to take a risk. If the best champ there is 42-year-old man, it's got to go. You keep talking about age, bro. Archie Moore was in his 40s and was a champion. If you like that, you like that. People hate seeing the great, but he really can. Dean the great, but he really can fight. Nah, he really can't fight. He could fight as a streamer, but he can't fight like. I really don't know any of the champs at 160 besides Demis and Lara. Janibek got stripped for popping dirty. He had like 3 belts. Division, the division sucks, but I promise you, there's talent out there, bro. I promise you. Come on, KJ. Barroso wouldn't look that good against anybody except Rolly. Barroso wouldn't get an opportunity. Do you know Tank Davis could have fought Gary Russell Jr.? Even right now, he could fight Gary Russell Jr. Nobody would do it. Lamar Rose could fight Gary Russell Jr. Not Antoine Jr. Nobody would fight him. When you get old like that, and you don't got a big name, you're not even gonna get the opportunity. Thank God Rolly fought Barroso. You would have never heard of him. I'm ready for Puello to come back. Broken fight. Yeah, Puello can fight his ass off. What's your thoughts on Hitchens and Berlanga potentially signing with? No, they already signed. It's great for them. Now they can fight people that's low competition and build up the record and talk a bunch of trash, and they can be just New York butt buddies. Lara is in the worst division in boxing by a wide margin. Lara is 42 years old, bro. I mean, what do you want? You want him to be still trying to make weight at 147? At his age, what do you... Barroso the dog, he just stopped by Andy Hirioka. Hirioka dangerous. No, Hirioka is not dangerous. And Hirioka is not dangerous. Barroso old. He is a dog, but Barroso is not dangerous, bro.
He's like 45.
Russell. Yeah, Barroso's just old, bro. Like, he shouldn't be, like, no. That's how they do in boxing. Like, when you get old, oh yeah, they know you can't beat nobody, but you still competitive. Okay, that's how they did Archie Moore. Like, if you're not in the plans, bro, they're not really trying to have you in your prime fighting people because it's gonna mess up everything they got planned. That's why Bud ain't get the Pacquiao fight. Bud ain't get no fights until he was old, really. His biggest fight came at 36, bro. That's crazy. Rigondeaux, who he's been knocking out, didn't even know he was fighting. Got to be a bunch of cans. No, it's prospects. It's young men who be undefeated or with one loss, and he's knocking them out. It's not supposed to happen. So yes, KJ and Matt is Archie Moore is an exception. Or whatever. When it comes to Ducks, Hitchens might be top 5, and again, no, he might be top 2, and he ain't number 2. That boy is special with the ducking he been doing, but people don't talk about him a lot because he's not a big name because he been ducking. Dudes know what they're capable of doing, bro. This is the thing about them dudes. Like, if you're gonna practice the Shakur style, you have to be on it every single day. Shakur's style is one of the most hardest styles, bro. Like, you're trying to be evasive every single day. Reflexes got to be on top. Timing got to be perfect, all that. But when you do that style, right, you limit the opportunities for your opponent, but you also limit the opportunities for yourself. So if you're not executing, when you look back on the box rack, it's going to say you only threw 20 punches around. So if you miss them punches, you're probably going to lose the fight. So you have to be perfect when you try to fight in the Shakur style. Like, you got to be perfect. I'm gonna do a video of that for TikTok, because that's the best way to put it. Like, that style is a dangerous style to try to mimic. But let's say, hold up. I'm about to be up for 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna go and get down.
All right.
But it says Belanga is garbage, and Hitchens lost all respect in the world for ducking Duarte. He ducked Duarte. He ducked Matias. He ducked Keyshawn. Hitchens. I don't know what's wrong with the dude, bro. Actually, I just said I do know what's wrong with him. The style that he fights in, bro, he don't be getting busy enough. So, and if you practice that all the time, that's all you practice. Jab, 1-2, hold, jab, 1-2, jump back, jump back, jump. Like, no, you know that you can't get in there with somebody like Keyshawn. Come on, bro. Keoka is all right. Gary Antoine just isn't that good.
Yeah.
He might not be that good, but he definitely had a bad performance. Yeah, age ain't a factor. Mike Tyson was better in his 18s and 20s than when he was 25 and 30. That's why I love boxing. People peak at different times. It's not even about peaking at different times. When you stop training, you will start to decline. That's all it is. When you're no longer training hard, you will start to decline. Muhammad Ali had fights that he had fights that were wars that weren't supposed to be wars because he stopped training hard, stopped running, start just sleeping with women and all that. Like, you can't cheat boxing, bro. You can't play with it. Once you stop training hard, it's a wrap. Puello, the only person that will give Shakur work. You crazy. Everybody at 140 who's a champion will give Shakur work. Shakur is a small dude, bro. Small dude. That's why he said he's going back to 35. I'll give you that. He will peak at different ages. Puello ain't doing nothing to Shakur. You crazy, bro. You don't understand weight class. What would you say, Mr. Incredible?
No, I don't think Puello would give Shakur any problems at all. Actually, I think Puello would probably get dismantled.
Y'all crazy. And Puello's a counterpunch. Y'all crazy as hell.
No, I think Puello get dismantled.
First off, these fights are never going to happen. Shakur is not fighting none of them because of the size, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen because he ain't looking for fights like that. I don't know what's up with these guys. They get one big fight and then that's it. No, I'm not entertaining any fights unless it's a super fight or this and that fight. And it's like, bro, you want a super fight and then you making all these stipulations where, oh, you gotta get a rehydration clause and blah 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 and this and that. You know those are where the biggest guys are at. No, nobody else is gonna fight you. Nobody else is gonna fight you because it's too much risk. Like, come on. There's no good fights for him at 140. And the ones that
There's
are
nobody
good,
really has a chance against Shakur from 140 to 147 except Shaka Keyshawn. Russell can beat Shakur. Whatchamacallit could beat him as well. Puello. Keyshawn can beat him. Shaka is in that 140. Shaka is at 130, I think. But Shaka could beat him and Keyshawn could beat him. Like, it's a couple people that could beat him, bro. At 147, Devin could beat him and Ryan. Here's the thing. Take out that rehydration clause, and a lot of guys could beat him. He's a small guy, and he doesn't know how to walk people down. His walk down game isn't strong. So he's gonna have to trade with bigger men. Not gonna be able to run from him. Why doesn't Shakur be interested in unifying at 140? Because they're big. People like I don't know which people Jake sees in Shakur. Yes, Shakur is great at that style, but he can't fight bigger fighters, bro. That's why he wants the rehydration clause. He'll say, "Oh, I might just go ahead and fight him. I might just Jordan 147." And then next thing you know, you won't see his ass at 147. Then he said 147 might be my last stop in my career. He's not Pernell Whitaker, bro. He's not at that level. He's great, but he's not at that level.
you need to pick some
No
weight.
offense. Yeah, he need to hit that weight room, and he got to change. He got to add more to his game so he can fight bigger fighters. He said he doesn't want no smoke at 140. He keeps calling guys outside of 140. Yeah. Not even that. Even at 147, he don't want no smoke. If you trying to go up and wait and stipulate the rehydration clauses, you're not Tank Davis, so you're not even giving him all these millions of dollars to do that. Nobody's gonna do it. Puello will be the most skilled Shakur fought, even if he fight Tank or Devin. No, Tank got more skills than Puello. KJ, stop it, man. Shakur demolishing all of them. Yeah, that's why they ain't making no fight. That's why he said he's going back to 135 because he ready to demolish everybody. Devin not beating Shakur. At 147, I'm picking Devin. Shakur has the best defense in boxing, arguable. We got to stop this running narrative about Shakur. Stood in the pocket with Tio and Zepeda all night. No. He did not stay in the pocket. He stood in the pocket with Tio. He did not stand in the pocket with Zepeda all night. And when he was in the pocket, he did not look good. That was not a good performance. He's just better than Zepeda. And Zepeda's a one-trick pony, but he showed in that fight that he really isn't a pocket fighter. Shakur is on Purnell's level. Purnell went to 154 pounds. Stop playing, bro.
Oh,
Stop playing.
Floyd would have knocked Cepeda out.
Yeah, Floyd's knocking Zepeda out.
At
Purnell was
135,
knocking Zepeda at 135.
yeah,
Purnell was knocking
yeah,
Zepeda out. Come on, bro. This
he would have
dude,
stopped him.
Jake don't really know the history of boxing.
Brutally. He
Purnell
would
went
have
to
stopped him.
154, dog, and won. Shakur started to low-key move like Tank with all these weight stipulations. Facts. They talk about Tank, then they do the same stuff he do. So he do got to make more fights, though. Shakur don't dip under punches. He can't beat bigger. It's not even just about that. If you're fighting a bigger guy, you have to make him feel like there's no difference in the weight. That means you got to be packing a punch. And you have to hit often. So you have to hit hard, you have to hit often. Shakur don't do either. He doesn't hit hard and he doesn't hit often. KJ Zepeda was landing only on the gloves. False. Shakur was on ropes all night, trading with him and outlanding him. Bro, Zepeda was landing and hitting that man. Shakur did not look as dynamic as his other fights because he's not good in the pocket. Purnell did do that. Shakur is up there, though. Purnell went to campaigned at 147. Shakur said that's going to be his last weight class. Purnell campaigned at 147, bro. He fought Oscar De La Hoya, no rehydration, beat that man while he was had substance abuse problems and was a man in his 30s. I'm done, bro. This is giving me a headache. I'm not. Yeah, you're right. Shakur is he up there with Purnell, Floyd, all of them.
Yeah, right.
Hell
yeah, right. There was
bro,
them boys. Them
that's
back
run my blood pressure up because it's like, how do y'all not see that?
them boys. All these days, these boys be using rehydration clauses and all
They
these
be trying to get out of
excuses.
the fights and make big money. They don't be really. Purnell and them would just fight, bro. Like they made good money too, but it's too much about money and it's too much about looks. Shakur don't want to fight a man without a rehydration clause because even if he wins, it's not gonna look good. He knows it. Shakur dip under punches all night against Zepeda. No, he really don't dip under shots like that. He likes to work behind the shoulder and he likes to use his feet. He's not a dipper, bro. He can do it, but he doesn't do it. Hitting gloves and shoulders, yeah. Shakur is fantastic in the pocket. No, he's not.
No, well, he doesn't
Purnell
commit
lost
the
to
punches.
Oscar. Purnell did not lose to Oscar. They robbed him. Oscar said it's damn so. I think he meant to say you can't compare these guys to the greats. You really can't. No, he's not up there with Floyd. No, he not. Purnell is up there with Floyd. So what are you talking about?
Purnell got robbed so many times.
Submission beneath Floyd.
Yeah,
He
Purnell
got
did get
robbed.
robbed. Like
He got robbed by. He got robbed
Purnell
against
levels above
Chavez.
Shakur. What are we talking about? I agree.
He outboxed Chavez. I ain't gonna lie.
Beat the brakes off Chavez. Purnell's not up there with Floyd. Jake, you don't know the history of boxing. Purnell won a gold medal. Floyd didn't do that. That's number one. Number two, Purnell was a smaller man than Floyd and went up in the same amount of divisions as Floyd. He went all the way up to 154, just like Floyd, as a smaller man. Except I think Purnell started at 35, though, when Floyd started at 130. That's the only difference.
Gold medalist, 4-division champ. Most people don't even get 2 belts in a division.
And Purnell was supposed to be undefeated all the way up into the Tito Trinidad fight, but he was fighting a man that had loaded gloves. They robbed him in a Ramirez fight. They robbed him in a De La Hoya fight. They said he doesn't have near the resume of Floyd. You trip, bro.
No,
Nobody
most
has
people don't have that resume. What are you
Floyd
talking about?
The most Hall of Famers. Floyd fought more Hall of Famers than Bud, but we put Bud up there with Floyd now because of what he's done, bro. Jake, you don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Floyd has beaten the most champions in history.
Shakur can beat Floyd in his prime and Purnell, according to Jake. LOL, I'm trolling. But y'all got to chill on these comparisons. Floyd and Purnell will stop Shakur. Respect. Thank you. You know why? Do you know why Floyd and Purnell will stop Shakur? Because they weren't just masters on defense. They were masters at offense and defense. Floyd and Purnell are aggressive. They don't get in there. They don't care what your name is. They will fight you aggressively. They don't care what your name is. Shakur got in there with De Los Santos and ran. I never seen Floyd or Purnell fight like that. And they've been there with some of the best punchers. I never seen Floyd. Floyd ain't run from Shane Mosley. Come on, bro. Pernell ain't run from Trinidad, who was cheating. Pernell didn't run from Roger Mayweather. He stood there and banged with that man, and he didn't have to. Shakur would never, in his natural born days, stop playing, bro. Shakur would never stand there and bang with Abdullah Mason. That's what Pernell did when he stood and banged with Roger Mayweather, who's a power puncher. Stop playing, bro. That's why Pernell got dropped in that fight. Pernell did nothing that legendary. You crazy. You crazy, bro. Aaron Pryor would stop Shakur. Possible. Shakur looked bad versus De Los Santos, but Shakur also had an injured hand. But he also ain't try to rematch De Los Santos. Roger Mayweather, is this an elite Pernell win? It's not the name. First off, Roger Mayweather was a good boxer, and I think he was a champion as well. But Oscar beat Roger, and Pernell beat Roger, and Pernell beat Oscar. The point is this: Roger Mayweather was a dangerous knockout puncher, power puncher who would knock your ass out. You obviously don't be studying the history of boxing. Pernell Whitaker was a outboxer who could fight at all levels, but he chose to fight that man in the pocket. Shakur would never do that.
I don't
Floyd
even know
Mayweather
why.
is a defensive specialist, but he chose to walk Shane Mosley down. Shakur would never do that. So it's not about the opponent; it's a style.
I don't even know why you're explaining it to him, bro. He don't understand. One,
Yeah, he's not
two.
even. It's
He
obviously not
he
watching
he,
these fights.
he like 0 out of 10 rage bait. He either got to be
All right,
14
way smaller than
or
Shakur.
just started
All right,
watching the sport like 2 weeks
tripping.
ago.
Floyd versus Shakur is Sugar versus Benitez. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he should have rematched De Los Santos. Why would he do that, though? He going to look bad again because he only can fight in one style. No offense, great fighter. He only fights in one style. Fighting in the pocket all night. He's not fighting De Los Santos in no damn pocket. I know all about Pernell, brother. Yeah, okay. Listen, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate everybody. Jake, thanks for coming and helping the
All
live.
right, KJ.
NBA 2K, Mr. Incredible. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the professionalism. Fredo's Boxing, Muna Chismo Benedicts, Chris for the Prophet, every J with the tray, every damn body, man. Malachi, Danny. Let me see if I'm missing somebody. I think that's everybody in it. Oh, Soul Negro, he popped up. D Gaming, and there was another dude that I hadn't seen before that popped up. 2 seasons, AB Boxing World, Soul Rebel, Keyshanwn. You know, we had a nice little crew tonight, man. I appreciate y'all. I can't be going live and arguing with Jake because it's gonna run my blood pressure up. I've been training all day. I got a damn headache. This man just started talking out his ass, and it's starting to stink. So I gotta get up out of here. But y'all be blessed, man. Be safe.
All right, bro.
Appreciate you.